No. Definitely not. Wait a second, I've already beat this game before. Let's try something else. Oh jeez, no, 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 no. I am not playing that game. Never playing that game. Ah, that's better. Hello everyone, I'm your host Akuma, and welcome back to Lasting Impressions, on a Saturday of all days. As most of you are hopefully aware, this channel has been uploading videos on a consistent 5 per week schedule since February of this year. However, I've had it in mind since before the channel began to eventually upload new content 7 days a week. The reason I've stuck to the 5 per week schedule instead is that I don't know whether I could handle producing that much content yet. Well, since I've been doing pretty well in making videos lately, and there is currently a major production problem with one video that will hopefully go unnoticed upon release, I decided that now would be the ideal time to attempt including the weekends in the steady updates. However, this is not a permanent thing yet. I'm going to play Contra for the moment, because not only is it a game I'm familiar with, but it's very short as well. In fact, we could finish the game this weekend, or even one long episode today if things go better than when I usually play this game. After Contra is over, I might play 1 or 2 more games over the weekends to see if I can keep making videos fast enough, but I'm not changing the schedule quite yet. After a month or 2 of testing the waters, I'll let you guys know whether weekend videos will become a full-time thing for the channel. But for now, let's jump right into Contra for the NES. And I can hear some of you already. Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start. Well, guess what? I'm not playing with 30 lives this time. I'm taking in 3. We're going to go through Contra with 3 lives, the normal basis. See, I beat this game so many times. Honestly, it was the first game I ever beat, I believe. I could be wrong about that. I'd have to look through my collection of NES games. And I'm pretty sure I did beat some games on the Intellivision way back when, but I'm not counting those in my calculations here. Oh shoot! Well, that's a great start. Dang it, you die in this first level and there's going to be a problem if you're not doing the whole 30 lives cheat. The thing about the 30 lives cheat is that it makes the game, in my opinion, far, far too easy. Like, ridiculously easy. So what I want to do today is try to get through Contra without 30 lives cheat. Now, I've tried this before, and I always have to resort to using a continue at the end. No! But hopefully today I'll be able to... Darn football players. Hopefully today I'll be able to get through this game without having to use the 30 lives cheat. I want that rapid. Darn it. See, normally whenever I jump for that rapid spin, or that rapid fire, that's what the R is, by the way, for those of you who are unaware. The R is a rapid shoot option for the gun. Whoa! And if you have it, the game is much easier if you're aware of how the game works. Anyway, we're not taking in the 30 lives cheat because I think it's too easy, so we're going to get through this game with just the regular amount. We've already lost 1 life, and that's going to come back to bite us later, I'm sure. This is probably very stupid. I should not be attempting this. On the wrong move and slip of the buttons. And I could be dead. No, never mind. First level complete. And we got our extra life back. Woohoo! Except we could have had another one if we hadn't died on the way here. Anyway. I'm sure it's entirely possible to beat this game without using a continue, and I might have to use a continue sometime. But I'm really, really hoping that in recording myself playing this game for the channel, it will be... there's the rapid fire. That it will be my first time beating this game without having to use a continue. We're on a win and a prayer here. For those of you who are unaware with Contra, let me tell you a little something about the gun I'm using right now. It is God. Okay, not really. The spread gun was among the nominees for the top 50 best weapons of all time, and it was number 2, losing only to, get this, the line block from Tetris. While technically not considered a weapon, it still won out in the end, and I do like getting the line block a lot better than the spread gun. But really, the spread gun is really the top weapon in video game history. They weren't just doing classic games, they were talking video game history. Jump! Oh, no, no. That weapon right there, the F, is the fireball, and it is the bane of my existence. I have never been able to use that weapon effectively. It gets completely nuts. I'm never using it. Keeping the spread gun. Yeah, that was close. The thing about the bosses of this game, whenever you have the spread gun, something about them makes them harder. I haven't been able to figure out on all the bosses yet. The previous one, I'm pretty sure there's no change. But for this boss, and the boss of the 4th level, it's quite difficult. Right. He shoots a lot faster. We should only be seeing one of those silver balls at a time. He is shooting 3 at a time. I can't believe we just beat him that fast. Whew. My word. I don't think I've ever gotten to the waterfall level with the spread gun before. This is already going pretty good. I'm glad I'm recording this. But yeah, like I said, Contra was the first game I ever beat on the NES. I'm pretty sure of that. What's that? Is that the laser or the fireball? That's the fireball. Stay away from it. What's that one? There's the laser. I don't want the laser. The laser used to be my favorite weapon, but now it's a spread gun. So this game is definitely a late impressions for me, because I used to play it a lot and beat a lot. Because really, the first game you beat back then, we're talking 90s kids here, people. This is the first NES game you beat that did not mess around. Actually, most of the NES games have... Well, NES games did not mess around back then. Whoa, I gotta wait for it to come back. You screw up, they give you no chances. Games back then, it was very, very rare for them to have the ability to save your game. Hey, another spread gun! And Contra was no exception. Contra does not let you save the game, and it doesn't even let you use a password. Whoa. You gotta beat the game all in one sitting, or memorize the game and come back and try again later. The M is the machine gun, by the way. I think I had that earlier. Ah, that was close. I'm always uncomfortable on those platforms. Oh, shoot. Oh yeah, now we're back to the regular weapon. Plot, by the way. What's the plot of this game? Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone go to stop an alien invasion. Yeah, whatever. You can call them whatever you want to. I forget their actual names, but really, muscle men guys of the 90s. This is Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone for all I care. Darn it! That's 2 lives lost in the same level. It's not going well. Whoa. I think that for this guy, maybe they shoot a lot faster or earlier or something. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to do a comparison video. Oh well. 3rd boss done. Let's keep going. There's 8 levels to this, by the way. And yes, we are sent to stop an alien invasion. Personally, I didn't know that until the last level. There is another version of Contra called Gryzor, G-Y-Z-O-R, and that has a bit more story to it than Contra does. Come on, sneak over here. Yeah, you did. Wait a second. In these levels, there's always a red jumping guy. That when you kill him, he drops a weapon. That's not him. He's kind of late. I'm going to assume he's just not going to appear. There he is. Oh crap, it's the fireball. Keep away from it. Maybe you die in a fireball. Oh, the irony. Is that irony? Pretty sure it's irony. Anyway, continuing on. I got Contra from... I think it was a yard sale of some sort. Or maybe it was a hand-me-down NES. I don't quite remember how we got an NES. Maybe I do. I don't know. But I didn't get the manual that came with the game. I have seen the manual once, and I didn't know it. Come on. Yeah, got him. So basically the background plot of this, if you read the manual, and you had to read the manual back then to know what was going on, this to stop the aliens at the other end of the island. There's a couple guys that get dropped onto the other end of the island. This is a co-op game, by the way, as you saw in the opening demo. Their plan is to get in here and stop the aliens? Go kill the alien leader and then evacuate the island after you set the entire place to blow up. Yeah, we're gonna blow up an island at the end of this game. Yeah, you notice how much faster I killed that one bubble now that after I got the R? That's because my bullets fly a lot faster, so I can shoot them at a much more rapid rate. Ah, rapid gun! It's probably one more example of why this gun is so necessary than I really needed to tell you. But man, I shoot so much faster with this thing. Everything dies quicker even though they take the same amount of damage. Woo! Keep on going. Da, 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 da. Whoa! Oh no. And I'm pretty sure that the red guy for this portion gives you the hated fireball weapon. There he is! Die, 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 die! Okay, I didn't make it. Maybe he gives you the machine gun. I don't know. Anyway. Die, 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 die. Oh, I jumped up right into that. This is our last life. Oh boy. This is a really tough boss, too. Oh wait, I don't want to destroy that one yet. Oh shoot! Yeah, in addition to the regular gun, you get these robots. I think they're robots. I mean, this one looks like Batman when he jumps at you, but these ones take guns out of their chests and shoot at you. You can't tell me those guys are holding a weapon. It looks like they're totally pulling the gun out of their chest, and there's Batman! Okay, Batman's dead. Figured out that cannon on your own. These guys are so annoying. You can only hit them when they come together, and they keep on shooting at you. Come on, come on, come on. No! Darn it. Game over. Wasn't going to beat it through this time. Let's keep on going then. Stage 4, Base 2. Great. That's kind of disappointing. I was hoping to get through this game. On we go, on we go. Maybe we'll get the rapid fire. Maybe that's what we needed. We died at the end because we didn't have the rapid fire. I could certainly get a lot more bullets up to hit those heads. Wait a second. Red guy's about to come out, right? Right? There he is. Yeah, there's the fireball. No. Thank you. The fireball isn't any stronger than any other weapon, I'm pretty sure. But it flies in such a weird arc. It's a fireball that flies in a ball-like pattern. Yeah, I don't really like it. And it's so hard to aim with it because it goes everywhere and you're not really sure where it's going to end up, and I don't like the fireball. Come on. No! Do not kill me! Please do not kill me! Oh, and there was the red guy. Terrific. Missed out on something good again. Actually, I'm so good at Contra that... Well, I say that after getting to continue. But I've gotten so good at Contra because I've been playing it so much that when my family gets together to watch a movie and we end up waiting on somebody, I'll bring my laptop into the room where we're going to watch the movie, and I'll probably beat it before the movie begins. Granted, then I'm using the ultimate life cheat as well, but... yeah, I can beat this game pretty easy. I can't remember which one of the barrels does what most of the time, but I know this game really well. Probably too well. Obsessively well. Come on! Die already! Nah, there's the machine gun. I'll trade the rapid fire for the machine gun. Don't kill me. Don't you kill me. Don't you kill me. Don't you kill me. Don't you kill me. It's after you finish up this level that the game takes a really noticeable spike in difficulty. Go ahead and they give you the hardest group right at the beginning. Fortunately, in case you didn't notice, these guys stop coming after you activate the boss. Thank goodness. So this way you can just hold down the button instead of trying to tap it for every round. You worry less about aiming. Whoa! That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. All right, we got one. Don't die. Please don't die. Even more importantly, don't get a continue. Unless you need a continue, in which case I'd really like a continue. I am just nitpicking. Whew! My goodness. This game is really fun on co-op and then really painful on co-op too. Oh, stage 5. Snowfield. Lord help me. I'm gonna pause the game for a second. I think I'm actually going to call it off here. We got halfway through the game, and we're about 16 minutes into the episode. So, I guess come back tomorrow, and we will try to finish up Contra. One half of the game today, the other half tomorrow. I think that's a good idea, don't you? Plus, it gives me a chance to... It looked like I was going to get through the entire game in one sitting until I got to continue, but I guess not. And I'm not going to try to push it for a 30-minute video out right now, because I know some of you out there probably don't have time to watch a half-hour video like an end-of-series kind of thing. So, thank you for joining me for this special weekend episode of Lasting Impressions. Come back tomorrow, and we will finish up Contra. Hopefully. Unless I get a whole bunch of continues and I end up wasting them all, and we don't get to finish Contra. That's also a possibility. I hope it doesn't happen. But, come back tomorrow and we will finish up Contra. See you then.